You cannot compete with these big tech companies. They must be broken up. They must be shut down. I'm sick of them getting my data. I'm sick of them stealing your information. I'm sick of them spying on us. I'm sick of them censoring everybody. I don't know what the answer is. It's Tuesday, June 18th, 2019. This is the Infowars.com War Room, brought to you by InfoWarsStore.com. I'm your host, Owen Schroyer. I will be with you for the next 3 hours at Infowars.com/show. Here's what I want to do before I get into all of this crazy news and before my great guests are coming up, and of course the big rally tonight in Orlando, which I'm gaslighting myself now. My biggest frustration is people that are not willing to admit and see the obvious. There's a lot of nuance in politics. There's a lot of confusion and fake news and all of this stuff. But to deny what your own eyes see, to deny the own reality you're experiencing is something so frustrating to me that I see on a daily basis. President Donald Trump had over 110,000 people register to go to his rally tonight. There's already more than 30,000 people there, and that's a conservative guess. They've been camping out for 48 hours. Now, there isn't another political person in the United States, in the world, but in the United States, or anyone running for president that could even come close to a quarter of that. The only person that could get an audience is Bernie Sanders, and he couldn't even get a quarter of what Donald Trump has. But what do the fake polls tell you? That Donald Trump is unpopular, Bernie's beating Trump, Biden's beating Trump, Warren's beating Trump. All fake news. But they're so bold. They're such bold-faced liars. I've never seen such bold-faced lying in my life. Trump gets 100,000 people at a rally. Bernie gets 1,000, and they say Bernie's more popular, man. Seriously. I'm sorry. I'm a little fired up because let me explain something. This is what I wanted to get to in the first segment. I spent hours over the last 2 days to get a Subscribestar account set up. Now, it's live. But the more and more I deal with this censorship, and now the more and more I'm trying to fight it because the attacks that InfoWars are under, the more and more I realize how it's not fair and that big tech has to be busted up. Period. End of sentence. It cannot go on this way. Let me just explain what happens. Now, I'm really excited about Subscribestar. I like the way it's laid out. I like the way it's user-friendly. I like the way the subscription abilities are based. And so I'm excited to start using this and testing it and figuring out what I can do to really get the full use out of this. Now, this just went live today. So it's Subscribestar.com, Owen-Schroyer. I'm really going to make an official announcement tomorrow morning about this. But we'll go ahead and just put it out there right now because I want to explain something. There is not, and this is not to attack anybody. It's just the way it is. There is not a single social media competitor of the big tech companies that can even compete. And I'm looking at Subscribestar, looking at Paul Joseph Watson's because he set one up. And I'm looking, okay, how does he do this? How does he do this? Well, he uploads his YouTube videos. You see, I'm banned from YouTube, so I can't do that. And so I have to upload content direct. But you know what the problem is? Subscribestar is not a big tech giant like the rest of them with unlimited revenue. And so they have limited bandwidth and limited space for you to upload videos. So I can't even upload videos yet. So I've got to figure out how to work around that. So while others get to put stuff on YouTube, even though it's demonetized, I don't have that ability. So I can't even upload a video to Subscribestar. So instead, I had to go on to Brighteon and go through that and upload a video there and then put that link up there. But that kind of defeats the purpose. So my point here is, and this is just one example of how it's not even fair. You can't compete with Twitter. You can't compete with Facebook. You cannot compete with YouTube. You can't do it. They're too big. They have all the power. They have all the cloud storage. They have all the access. They have all the revenue. They have all the data. They've got everything. And little startups cannot compete. And as soon as you try to get on one of these and actually compete with the big dogs, you realize it's not possible. It's not possible, folks. Now, like I said, I'm going to figure out what I got to do to work around this. I'm talking to the Subscribestar people, but these big tech companies have to be broken up. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Because I want to only do exclusive content on Subscribestar. In fact, I don't even care. I mean, I'm still allowed on Twitter, but it's like I'll retire my Twitter account and just go to Subscribestar because I'm so sick of the censorship. And I really don't even care about social media, but it's like, okay, I'm going to have a Subscribestar because people subscribe there. So I'm going to give them the content and it's going to be exclusive there. But I can't even do that because they're not nearly as big as any of these other tech giants and they can't handle 100 megabytes of video. So I can't even upload a 10-minute video to Subscriber unless I'm embedding a link from a different platform, which I'm banned from. So you see how there's just total control here, folks. So it's just, I just can't even imagine because I still have InfoWars. I'm still live here 3 hours a day. We still have Infowars.com/show. You can go to Infowars.com/warroom. But man, and so like I'm sitting here because there's certain stuff I want to put out on my Subscribestar, just exclusive stuff that only subscribers can get there because that's the whole point. I mean, I guess the notion is you'll just subscribe and support us no matter what, but it's like I want to have something there. I want to deliver. And so now I have to figure out how can I compress an audio file that I can upload because I want to give subscribers exclusive commercial-free audio of the War Room every day. It's something that people used to be able to access on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, but they've banned the War Room broadcast there. So, and other certain apps that they've also taken off their platform. So, but it's like I got to figure out because again, I'm glad Subscribestar's out there. I think it's an awesome platform. I hope that they get big and successful, that they can compete. The problem is you can't compete with these tech giants right now. It is impossible. It's like having a baseball team full of roid heads hitting 60 home runs a year, stealing 50 bases, pitching 100 miles an hour versus a team that you know came up from the minors and hasn't done any steroids. There's no chance. One team's on steroids hitting home runs out of the park. The other team's hoping they can get one to the wall. And so what happened in baseball when they decided the steroids were unfair? Well, they got rid of steroids in baseball. I'm not trying to have a sports debate here. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. My point is that you couldn't compete with the guys on steroids. You couldn't compete with Barry Bonds hitting 70 home runs a year, batting .330, stealing 40 bases. You couldn't compete with Mark McGwire hitting balls 550 feet out of the yard. You couldn't compete with that. So they got rid of steroids because it's unfair. You cannot compete with these big tech companies. They must be broken up. They must be shut down. I'm sick of them getting my data. I'm sick of them stealing your information. I'm sick of them spying on us. I'm sick of them censoring everybody. I don't know what the answer is, but they have to be broken up. It needs to be done.
It would take me more than an hour just to lay out all the admitted benefits and known positive effects of just one of the ingredients in our Ultimate Bone Broth formula. Everybody knows about bone broth itself and all of the amazing things that it's associated with. And then it's been the big craze for at least a decade. Well, thousands of years ago, it's what everybody told people they should drink in a soup if they were sick. But then you add not just the fact that this is the strongest, most concentrated, highest quality bone broth out there, literally. Then you have the chaga mushroom, then you have the turmeric, then you have the bee pollen, then you have the other key ingredients that are all known to just make people incredibly strong and healthy. Now, Ultimate Bone Broth can be gulped down with water or milk or however you want to. The taste is okay. But when you mix it with whey or other things and some fruit, it tastes great. What I like to do is just put a scoop in, mix it with milk, bang it back, and whether it's for meal replacement, whether it's for post-workout, pre-workout, our Ultimate Bone Broth formula is amazing. It's 50% off right now at InfoWarsStore.com because I want you to try it and see how great it is. And of course, getting the bone broth isn't just great for you and your family. It's also amazing when it comes to funding our operation that is taking on the globalists and fighting for all of our freedoms. Now, this is high quality and it's very thick, so doing it with a spoon takes a while. That's why I like to use a blender. Again, I love it with milk. Just bang this baby back. Nothing like it for a meal replacement. It's way beyond any whey you've ever had. Because again, it's got the essence of the bones, the chaga mushroom, the turmeric, a bunch of other incredible stuff. This is what fuels patriots. This is what fuels people that really want to be healthy. It's Ultimate Bone Broth at InfoWarsLife.com.